What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons. We recently restarted the Rebuttal series. This is where other content across YouTube, I take it, analyze it, and kind of give my rebuttal or thoughts on it. So debunks honestly brought a lot of negative attention just as much as it did love. Don't want the negative here, so we're calling it Rebuttal, and I'm going to be a lot more nice about how I go about these things. And today we're doing death battles, Chosen Undead versus the Dragonborn. Before we begin, smash the like button. We're on the road to 22k. We're trying to hit that and continue from there. Let's blow up as fast as possible. I love making content for everyone. Join the Discord. We have game prizes, giveaways, and more. I'm running a special D&D tonight. Join up and play that as well. It's not like a regular 5e or anything. It's a custom-made game for me, real simple. Join up if you love my jokes and storytelling. And also, you want to see your favorite content, hit me up to talk video purchases and whatnot. Like, getting into this, make sure to go show Screw Attack and Death Battle love as well. Subscribe to their channel if you haven't. Appreciate what they've done for the community over the years. Now, let's get into the battle. First, let's start off with the good things. One, production, as always, A1. Super dope. I mean, super amazing that they did the shout out to their music guy and really had that be the sponsor of the video, really making sure he got a lot of love. Everyone checked out his channel, all he's done for them over the years. Always love to see positive interactions within the YouTube community, and that was dope to see. The animation was amazing, music was amazing. They got, in my opinion, the result right, but again, it's how you arrive to that we kind of got to break down. For example, you could say Superman beats Goku, but if I ask you why Superman beats Goku and you go, because Superman's faster than a speeding bullet, I would say, well, I don't. That's not enough to beat Goku. You know, we got to take a look at that. So let's get into the points I disagreed with. Now, first, they put in the video that the power source of Dark Souls could be argued at Universal. I disagree because, first of all, they start out in the beginning of the video saying you're taking the peak lore that you can find for both and taking all possible things the main protagonist could have. It is stated within the lore, within the game, that multiple realities can be made, no problem, as well as the flame, or the flame of the soul, has the power enough to resist life and death itself above those realities, above the darkness trying to take over creation, so to speak. At least uni plus multi to even hyper. Bare minimum for just the soul of the Chosen Undead at its best scaling. So I actually disagree with the highest possible scaling being uni, especially when they can quite clearly make potentially endless, like just spam realities and forge them, you know. So it's just not the same in terms of how the power sources in Dark Souls work. I mean, even time works differently there, with time being above life and death and above cycles. So I disagree with how they scaled the Dark Souls top power sources. They said something pretty funny. They said they watch other channels and lore videos. I wonder if they're gonna start watching me. Start watching the boy. Take some of my scaling metas, some of the ways I go about scaling. I'm all for it, man. If they get better, it's better for the community, because the more casual audience will start accepting the newer ways to scale. And a perfect example of that is how they address Oriel's bow. First, they try to say, you know, oh, it can hit and blot out the sun. We're going to scale that off how Earth scales to the sun in terms of distance and the time the arrow took to reach there. That's a problem because obviously Nirn doesn't operate under the same parameters of Earth. It's fucking, you can argue, universal in nature itself. You know, it's just not the same thing. So a lot of assumptions made there in that calc. And then they go ahead and debunk their own calc. They say, you know what? This calc actually doesn't matter. We just wasted your time. Because the sun is on a different plane of existence, which is true. I am glad, and I will shout them out for this. They got certain parts of the lore right that I didn't expect them to get right. And they said, you know, it's just a different plane of existence. So it's not that. So yeah, this is where they need to just go ahead and accept different types of speed metas, different ways of scaling, because they outright say, yo, we don't have a way to actually scale this. we're going to kind of give you one we think works, but then we're going to admit it doesn't work. So that's extremely problematic. Just go ahead and accept a new meta to use instead of saying, oh, we don't know what to tell you. That's basically what they hit us with. They then go on to do something that I always find to be extremely unnecessary, and quite frankly, they're kind of just doing it for a fluff piece, almost like to make the video longer. They use one of the measurements for Dragonborn in battle. How much cheese he can carry. This is a bit ridiculous. Like, I know, cool, it's funny. It is a meme about how much cheese the Dragonborn can store and carry. But at the same time, man, like, this shit has nothing, literally absolutely nothing to do with the battle. Especially when you're talking about levels of power massively beyond what you're mentioning here with lifting up cheese weight. Like, come on, dude. Like, jokes aside, that's just absolutely useless. Like, when you're rendering a lot of the information you're giving useless, I don't know why you're giving it. What do you think in the comment section down below? Am I tripping with that sentiment? Like, I felt that with several times throughout the video. Like, they just said stuff that they would overrule later or just say didn't matter. And it's like, then why the fuck did you bring it up? At least, like, bring it up and say, oh, in case you ask about this, this is why it doesn't matter. No, they would say, he scales to this, and then they'd say, oh, he doesn't scale to this. And you're like, what the fuck? We then see they scale the boy Mirak. Now, Mirak, one of the stronger characters. He's an absolute beast. You do get to fight him at one point. One of the strongest characters you could fight. At that point in the game would scale to high outer. Go check out my Skyrim and Dragonborn or Dark Souls scaling videos I've made before. And if you guys get in the comments, I'll bring more to the channel if you guys want that. But they scaled him to like planet surface level. I was like, come on, man. If you're going to go ahead and say that some of the strongest he fights are like above several planes of existences and abstract realms, why would you scale to planet surface? Like, come on. It's just ridiculous. And then that kind of accumulates with the final point being like, yeah, they got the result right, but the scaling was so weird. They would go for like, oh, Dark Souls is universal, but they lose to Dragonborn because there is this feat that was planet surface level. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, kind of stick to a meta and explain the meta. Don't give 27 different ways to scale him in one video. You're trying to give a conclusive like measurement of power, and instead they're giving like 30 different possible tiers of power, saying one is this level, one is that level, then it's not. It was kind of chaotic. Overall, I do agree with the final answer. I completely disagree with the calcs. Some of the best feats they listed, the way they scaled some of the best feats. It's better than a lot of episodes. Obviously, awesome animation. Always love their production. Make sure to show them love. And this was my rebuttal to them. I definitely think they missed a couple easy ones with the scaling. And yeah, overall, wasn't a bad episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my rebuttal and video on it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be updating my channel membership deals, hopefully tonight, so you guys will see that. Make sure to show love with the like button, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.